Hello, COSA 1 and 601 folks. Welcome aboard to Computer Information Competency. I'm Professor Almeida and I will be your instructor for the term. Coming up in this video, you're going to see everything you need to know so that you can settle in and get started with your first week's assignments. Now, this video is for both my in-person Monday, Wednesday COSA 1 and 601 sections, along with my online COSA 1 sections. Now, if you're not sure which is which, please check your enrollment status in the Viking portal. Additionally, COSA 601 is the non-credit version of COSA 1. They're both computer information competency. There will be some nuances, and I will go over those together in class. Now, online folks, it's especially important that you watch through this video, you do the reading, and that's what's tough about online classes. You know, it's not so much doing the work, but it's all the reading that you have to do because you're just seeing me right here. So let's make sure that we settle in and we get started. And if you feel like you need to take a break, you do have that pause button. All right, without further adu, let's go ahead and dive right in. So this is the Long Beach City College website. You can get to it by visiting lbcc.edu. We are going to be using a one-stop shop called Canvas. And to get started, you want to click or tap on the Viking portal, where you will need to provide your student ID number and your password. This is the same information that you used when you first signed up for the class. Once you have logged into the Viking portal, you'll see a big Canvas button. Now, if you don't remember your Viking portal password, or if you need to reset your password, please make sure to do so, okay? Don't try to guess your Viking portal password, otherwise you're going to get locked out of the system, and then you're going to have to contact the Student Technology Help Desk. Now, this is especially true for my in-person folks because you will also need your student ID and your Viking portal password to log in to the classroom machines. Okay, so it's very important that you don't forget your Viking portal password, and if you do, don't try to guess it. When in doubt, just reset your password. As a matter of fact, for my in-person folks, I would recommend bringing a mobile device with you to class, so that way you can get right into the Viking portal if you're unable to log into the classroom computers. All right, so this is what the Canvas dashboard looks like. And by the way, if you don't have this card view here, which I think is a whole lot easier, you can click on this drop down, this 3-dot menu here, and then just choose card view, and then you can see all your classes. And as you probably just saw, I have multiple COSA 1 sections, and you can see I teach other classes as well. The easiest way to contact me if you have questions is right here through the Canvas inbox. I do ask that you allow up to 24 to 36 hours for me to get back to you. And again, it's just because I teach multiple sections. I'm pretty busy outside of class. So again, very important that you watch this video, you do the reading, so that if you do have questions, you can then contact me after. And by the way, if you've never used Canvas, real quick, just want to show you here. This is your account, including your profile notifications. Again, here's the Canvas inbox, and then you have all your classes right here in the dashboard. Now, I'm going to go ahead and choose my in-person COSA 1 class as an example. So we'll go ahead and start here. And by the way, this is going to be the same across all my classes. They're pretty much going to look the same. You'll see a list of navigation links on the left. Again, this one is for my in-person COSA 1. Online folks, it's going to look a little bit different. Again, this is COSA 1 and 601 Computer Information Competency. I'm Professor Almeida, and you can learn more about me by visiting my website at jpalmeida.com. As I mentioned, the best way to get a hold of me is through the Canvas inbox, and I do ask that you allow up to 24 to 36 hours for a reply. My student office hours for the semester is in person Mondays 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. in M229. That is the COS Computer Lab. And then on Thursdays, I'm going to be hanging out in the Canvas live chat here. As a matter of fact, this is what the chat looks like. So again, I will be here Thursdays, 9 a.m. to noon Pacific time. Outside of those hours, if you have questions for me, again, best way to reach me is through the Canvas inbox. But you can also use this space as well to talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so that is that. And student office hours are a great way to connect with me about the class and the course materials as well. So be sure to take advantage of that, especially if you have questions. And by the way, if you message me during my student office hours, I'll be more likely to reply to you right then and there instead of, that whole 24 to 36 hour deal. All right, so for the rest of this video, I want to show you how to get settled in to the class. We're going to follow these bullet points here on how to get started. Now, if you're taking my class in person, we're going to go over this together in class. And by the way, if you are in my in-person COSA 1 and 601, attendance is required. This video is not a substitute, so you do need to show up to class. Online folks, again, make sure you watch the video, you follow along, and most importantly, you settle in. All right, so first things first, we want to download and read the syllabus. Okay, so this is the syllabus page here. And again, this is going to be different depending on whether you are in person or online. So again, if you're not sure which is which between COSA 1 and 601, 601 is the non-credit version, check your enrollment in your Viking portal. The course syllabus is your guide to this class and what to expect. And it's very important that you take the time to read through the syllabus. Again, if you're taking this class in person, we will go over this together. Online folks, you have some reading to do. Okay, so what are you going to find here? Information about this class, computer information competency, the required materials, your time commitment, important dates and deadlines, which you should take down and plug them into your calendar. This is going to be different for the online folks. Okay, so every syllabus is going to be different. Ways to get support in this class, whether it's through the COS Computer Labs, the Student Technology Help Desk, online learning resources, and then finally, MDSC tutoring. By the way, all these links are clickable. I've also included some campus resources, and then we get into class decorum, policies, what kind of assignments to expect, and all that good stuff. And then we get into due dates, grading, missed and late work, which is very important to look at. And then at the very end, we have the all-important roadmap of what we are doing week to week. So in our first week, we're settling in. We're going to go over Microsoft Windows along with Office Essential Skills. You'll see that you have 3 assignments with a due date on Friday, August 30th. And then we're going to spend 2 weeks with Word, 2 weeks with Excel, 2 weeks with PowerPoint. And just like that, week 8, you'll have your finals. And then the last day of the course is October 20th. So just like that, those 8 weeks are going to fly. So that is the course syllabus. Again, very important to read and reference this document throughout the term. So that takes care of the first bullet point. And while we were on the schedule, I want you to take all the due dates from the syllabus and plug them into your personal calendar. Okay, so make sure you take a moment to do that so that you remember the due dates. Next up, you want to register with SimNet. Okay, the easiest way is right here on the left where you see McGraw-Hill SimNet. If you've taken a class with me before and you've used SimNet, no problem. You can just sign right in. Otherwise, you will need to register. And the easiest way to pay for access to SimNet is right there directly in SimNet. It's about $50 plus tax. You could also go to the LBCC bookstore if you wish, but again, the easiest way is to pay directly in SimNet. Now, if you cannot pay for access right away, you can still sign up for 14 days of courtesy access. That gives you enough time to complete the first week's assignments and go into the second week as well. But after the second week, I'm going to expect that you have a working access code, whether it's purchasing directly through SimNet or buying an access card from the LBCC bookstore. So here's the SimNet information page. Make sure you go through all this. I've included some videos on how the various assignments work. And again, if you're taking this class in person, we're going to go through all of this together. As a matter of fact, when we get to the projects for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, those are going to be our lectures. Okay, we're going to go through the projects together in class. The videos that I have here are not a substitute for attending class. Okay, just want to make sure you're aware of that. How to contact McGraw-Hill for technical support, and then finally how to install Microsoft 365. I'll give you more detailed instructions when I post the second week's announcement video. So again, make sure to take a look at all of that information. And then the last thing to do is to check in and introduce yourself. Okay, so you can see that I have a little icebreaker right here, and you can tell us a little bit about yourself and anything interesting you want to share. All right, so once you have done all of those things and you are ready to begin, you can click on modules, okay, right here. When you are ready, go to modules to view and complete your weekly activities. All right, so while this loads, if you need to take a break, you do have that pause button. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as I can, but there is quite a bit to cover. Online folks, you know, you have a lot of reading to do, especially since you're only seeing me, on this screen here. Okay, so this is the modules page. One other thing I would like for you to do is to read over the communication etiquette, especially if you are going to be using the Canvas live chat. Okay, very important that you go over the communication etiquette. So there's the page there. And then we're going to scroll on down to week 1. We'll talk a little bit more about what this means with the training sims being a participation requirement. So you want to begin here, Windows and Office overview. So this is the page you want to start with. I've provided some important information on what you need to know when it comes to the training sims, along with some of your other assignments. You'll see the different objectives we are covering, and then finally your action items. You do have 3 assignments due in your first week, all on Friday, August 30th. Okay, this module will open Monday, August 26th at midnight for those who like to get a head start. And by the way, the first 2 weeks will be open. Okay, the Canvas modules open 2 weeks at a time, but right now your focus should be on the first week. So you see that there are 2 training sims, the first on Microsoft Windows, and then we get into Office Essential Skills, and then finally you're going to take a quiz related to Windows and Essential Skills. The 2 training sims here are a participation requirement. So what does that mean? It's not enough to just show up to class and say, "Hi, I'm here." You actually have to do the work, okay? Face-to-face, folks, if you're taking COSA 1 with me in person, you actually have to show up to class and you actually have to do the assignments, okay? This is a way for me to know that you've registered with SimNet and that you really want to be in this class, especially if there is a wait list. Now, if you don't turn in both training sims, that is the Windows 11 training and the Office Essential Skills training, if you don't turn both those training sims in, I'm going to assume that you're no longer interested in the class, and unfortunately you will be dropped so that I can make room for others. Now, the quiz is also due on August 30th, but if you don't do the quiz, I will still accept the quiz late with a 10% grade reduction. Again, more information on that is in the syllabus. All right, let me show you how this training sim works. Again, face-to-face folks, we'll go through this together, but online folks, you want to take a look at this. This is how the training sim works. Let me quickly refresh this page. Okay, there we go. So this is the Windows 11 training, and you'll see that there's this progress bar here. We have 24 different tasks. It seems like there's a lot, but you can knock this out fairly quickly. Okay, and it goes through a number of different topics here. And to get credit on this assignment, you basically have to go through and complete each task. So we'll start here with changing document properties. Okay, and you'll see that there are 3 items here: show me, guide me, and let me try. And then you have some reading, but you can read all you want. You really learn by doing. Okay, so don't feel bad if it seems like you're being thrown in, because again, you learn by doing, and that's really the only way to learn, especially when we get into Microsoft 365. You just have to keep practicing and then just finding your way around different things. Okay, you can read all you want, but unless you're doing, you're not really learning. Okay, so we have show me, guide me, and let me try it. Let me take you through this real quick here. So show me, you just basically sit back and you watch.
The file properties of a file include information such as the file location, the size of the file, when it was created.
Okay, so I'm going to jump over to guide me. So once you see what they're asking you to do with guide me, this allows for more practice. And in this task, they want us to click the See More button. Well, I don't know where the See More button is. Well, as a matter of fact, there's the tooltip right there. It says See More. Now, if you need to get a hint, you can show the hint, and it tells you right here, the See More button is the last button on the toolbar, and it highlights it for you. And then from there, in this case, they want us to click on properties. All right. So you just basically go through this. But let's say you already know your way around Windows 11 and you really want to get that point. So that's where Let Me Try comes in. And by the way, you could just skip straight to Let Me Try, right? You could just click on Let Me Try right here. And here's the task. Change the file properties on the newsletter folders to read only, okay? So newsletters is already selected for me. I'll click on that See More button. I'll choose properties, and then I'll set that read only attribute, and then I'll click OK. And then there you go. You have successfully completed the Let Me Try. There's the check mark. And now you can see the progress here. You can see the progress here at 4% of the way through. Okay. By the way, you really don't want to check your grade book as you are doing this, because in the Canvas grade book, it's going to show that you have a 4% on this assignment, and you're going to think that you're failing. So my piece of advice, go through your training sims, check the grade book afterwards. Okay. Your goal is to get to 100%. And once you see that progress meter reach 100%, then you know you're done, okay? And you can also confirm it in your Canvas gradebook. So again, that's the name of the game here. You go through, you knock out these training sims, and if you know your way around Windows, you can just go straight to Let Me Try. So that's the Windows 11 training. The Office Essential Skills training is similar. And then finally, we have the quiz. So with the quiz, you want to pay attention to the number of attempts you have at the quiz, okay? And you have to complete the quiz in the same session. So make sure you block out some time so that you could take the quiz, because if you back out of the quiz, whatever you had up to that point, that's going to be your score, okay? So you've been warned on that. And again, please check the syllabus for details. So that's basically it for the first week. And if you manage to finish all that and you want to work ahead, week 2 will be open and available. At the same time, however, you are going to be on your own. I won't have a week 2 announcement until later in the week. So on that note, welcome aboard to COSA 1 and 601. I hope this video has helped you out. And for face-to-face folks, I will see you starting on Monday, August 26th, bright and early, 8 a.m. in M216. And then online folks, make sure that you are logging into Canvas and settling in. Take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you in the next one.